confirmed.
Greetings, Commanders. I nearly smacked you square in the face. Welcome to another Frameshift Live. It's been a month.
It's been a month
since we've seen you. I am Sally Morgan-Moore, one of the community managers here for Elite Dangerous, and I am with the divine, the ultimate Arthur Tolmie.
Wow, that's I've never got those sort of introductions.
The ultimate what, though?
Well, all right, I thought you were going to be nice then, but you weren't. I was going to say Bruce was never this nice to me, but I understand, Sally. 07, everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Frameshift Live 30.
30.
The big 3-0.
Yeah.
So it's all downhill from here. No, I'm joking. It's not. Only an age. Right. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Thanks for having me back on.
No, it's great, and we've got plenty of people in the chat. If
There's
we want
loads,
to say, well, should we do the?
We'll try.
It?
So I saw Rini,
07
Rini, Rogan. I saw Maker, Epheus, the Kazakh.
Got it right here for you as well, if you want to know that.
I was using my strong eyes, Sally. Vegetan. Oh, I'm going to need producer Adam to slow this down.
Stuff by Nick. Hi.
So 07 Can, Jonathan, Jack Little, Fallen
Elvis.
Trigger.
Hey Elvis.
Hey Elvis. Kondig, DH397, Ignatus, Bongo Baggins.
Oh, I haven't seen Bongo Baggins for a while.
Texas P8, Fluvikin, Lord Narco Wookie. Interesting name. English Gent. Hello.
1 hour later, after still here.
Aussie. Hey, listen. Don't pick on the old man, all right? 07 everyone, thank you very much for joining with us today for Frameshift Live number 30. It's been a hot minute, Sally.
It has been, but it's really good because we have obviously had a fair old while to prepare for this, and we've got a bumper show for you today. Which not only includes the usual community goodness, the developer guests. I said guests because it was originally guest.
Yep.
And then we had a bonus.
Yep. Poured some water on one of them, and then another one appeared.
And there was another one. Right. Don't feed him after midnight.
Yep.
But we got giveaways today as well, don't we?
Prizes. I don't know if you see these here. We got a Stream Deck XL, and we've got a Corsair HS60 haptic headset with camouflage. So when you put it on, you can't see it. You can't see it. It's very good. That.
That's why the box is really yellow.
It says on the side there, it says never miss a beat in that kind of cool street kind of graffiti art.
Yeah,
so they are cool.
They're hip and happening.
Definitely cool.
Definitely prizes that you want to get your hands on. We'll tell you how you can win those as you progress through the show. But there won't be any Pictionary today.
Oh. More people can't draw pictures of my head then, can they?
It's always a solid part of a live stream.
Not my head. It's a solid part of any live stream. Thank you, Sally.
It's ever present, though, isn't it?
I mean, I can't help it.
No.
It's literally attached to my body.
Good. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Twitch drops. So as you have seen, well, to start off with, we have the ever-present purple Twitch drops that a lot of you are going to be familiar with. These are I'll go through them. With no hitches or issues
be fine.
at all. It would be absolutely fine.
Nail it first time.
The Ancestral Tattoo Pack plus the Purple Flight Suit dropped at 15 minutes viewing time. Explorer Nameplate Pack, Purple SRV and Fighters dropped, do you know what? I can't see it because...
20 minutes. After 20 minutes of viewing time. And the Passenger Nameplate Pack, the Purple Weapon and Engine are dropped at 30 minutes. And the Wing Nameplate Pack, the Vibrant Purple Paint jobs are dropped at 45 minutes of viewing time. So 45 minutes.
Thank you for saving me.
Of this 2 hour show. It's all right, no worry. That's 45 minutes and you'll get all of the purple goodness. And these we're running every single show. So every single show you'll get these.
Yeah. And the really exciting part of this show, seasonal paint jobs are back.
They have returned.
They're brand new.
Yes.
Which is really exciting. We got some pretty pictures for you.
Let's have a look. So this is what you can get today, right?
Yeah, the Meadow Prairie.
These are really nice, by the way.
Only the most vibrant for the returning commanders to this live stream. So these are the new spring 2023 paint jobs. We are heading into summer, we're quite aware of that. But I'd say it's still spring. We're still good. These are still springtime.
We're mavericks, we make our own rules, Sally. We do what we want.
For 15 minutes of viewing time, you will acquire one of these. So combined 30 minutes will get you both.
Yep. Yeah, they are really, really nice, by the way. So thank you very much for getting those organised and back in.
These are great, yeah. And we're obviously going to continue rolling these out as we move for each live stream.
Yeah.
They might even both be for 15 minutes. They are both 15 minutes.
You're going to get them.
Do you know what?
Essentially, we want you to have them, you're going to get them.
For 15 minutes, you got them.
You got a lot of stuff after 15 minutes.
Tell you what though, there's something even more extra special. Which if you did read the latest article that went live about this live stream, we're doing something a little different because we're in a bit of a celebratory mood, particularly following update 15. It's all been really good.
Yeah.
And we have got special community paint jobs. So in the past, we've given...
It's one away, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, the community, if you stream Elite Dangerous, you can give away one drop. It doesn't matter if you're a partner, whatever. You get the opportunity to have a drop. This time, as of after 6 p.m. today, after this stream, you will have the chance to give away 3 very, very special paint jobs just for streaming Elite. Partners...
Or not.
3. If you are a partner, you get an extra, which is the Cobra for this particular paint job. So partners will be giving away 4 Twitch drops, and if you are anybody who streams Elite, you'll have 3. Can we see?
These are cool, by the way.
Yeah.
These are really cool.
The snake wrap desert paint jobs. They have a low light effect.
Do you have the video for this?
Yeah.
Oh, you do. Cool.
This is cycle through all of them actually.
This is really cool.
Woo! I like these videos where you can't actually see us at the bottom, so all you can see is hear us. All you can see what? All you can do is hear us. Sorry, I've broken.
I'm convinced you are a robot. That catcher thing, you were failing it earlier on, so.
It's good, isn't it?
Confirmed, Sally is a robot.
Yeah.
That on the Mamba looks great.
The Mamba looks super hot in this.
So there you go. So anyone that streams Elite Dangerous will have access to have those on your stream as a giveaway to your audience, which is fantastic. Obviously, if you are part of the partnership program, there is a Cobra which you get exclusively.
Yes,
so
the Cobra is exclusive.
Partners will get a full slot. But everybody else that streams will still be giving stuff away. But they are very, very cool. Thank you very much for everyone involved in getting those organised, the influencer team. We won't be doing this all the time, I don't think. I think we're just celebrating update 15.
No, this is not.
We will continue to give stuff away, but maybe not in that numbers. But we've had a real fun time with update 15.
Yeah.
And we've really enjoyed your reaction to it, which we'll go into later on, I guess, when we have the guests on as well.
Yes,
we'll talk about that.
Absolutely.
We just want to celebrate. We said we come back with a bang, so we're back with a bang. There you go.
But yeah, there's information on how the cadence of those drops is in that article from the other day. But the Mamba Snake Wrap can be is for any audience member after 30 minutes, then a further 30 minutes to the Anaconda, and then the Aspect Explorer one is need to watch for a further hour. 2 hours total.
Someone's just asked in the chat, when will they be able to get those paint jobs from the snakes? It's after 6 p.m.
After 6 p.m.
Yeah, if you can start streaming Elite Dangerous and you're watching someone streaming Elite Dangerous, you'll earn them, right?
Yes.
There we go. After 6 p.m. today. So after this show, start streaming Elite Dangerous. Get into the Maelstrom, have a little poke around what's inside, see how long you live.
6 p.m. BST.
Yeah, there we go.
Speaking of partners, because we did mention partners.
Segue. Yep.
Pretty sure we mentioned partners. Just to let you know that the review for the partner program is coming up in June. So get your applications in June.
And there's plenty of stuff to make content on right now at the moment. I mean, I may or may not have seen what happened with update 15, but there's a fair old lump of content in there that you can make a bit of a video on.
And for obviously, I want to keep pushing this. The YouTube applicants, we have changed the criteria.
Yes.
I keep saying the influencer team are working very, very hard with you guys to really nail that criteria, and that has been updated. So just to bring it home again, for YouTube creators, an average of 3,500 views per video, or an accumulative, that's a long word, total of 3,500 views average over the amount of Elite Dangerous videos posted in the last 30 days. So hopefully that will inspire even more YouTube creators to come forward and apply. Do you want to take this one off?
The stream schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we mentioned it last stream, but we've moved our streaming schedule from 2 weeks to 4. This allows us to get stuff like this so we can get more content in, get more guests online, get more footage to show you, maybe a little bit more sneaky peek stuff. So that's what we're planning to do. So our next stream will be on the 15th of June, so 4 weeks from today. In line with that, we're going to move some of our newsletter cadence as well, so we can have like a 2-week Elite Dangerous sort of nudge. So it will be our stream, and then 2 weeks' time you get the newsletter, then 2 weeks will be a stream, 2 weeks newsletter, etc., etc., etc. That's not to say we might not throw the odd special stream in around Christmas, Halloween. Who knows? Not saying anything, but we might do.
We might throw the odd newsletter out.
We might do.
Why not?
Who knows? That's the sort of change some of our communication cadence, which I think we kind of covered in the last stream, but just to reiterate if you're new here today. And then obviously we met some of you lovely people in person.
Recently, thank you to everybody who came to the Science Museum for the science fiction lates. We had a great time.
Really fun time.
I was still talking about it today, how it was incredible to meet people who had never played Elite before. And I think in all these years of Elite, we're so prepared to go in with the really like intense stuff. Like, oh, you can do this, really, you know, because you can't teach you commanders anything.
No, I mean, you know it all.
You know it all. But for people who just sat down, who were like, what can I do? Can I fly? Can I fly this? And I'm trying to get my head to bring it back to basics and be like,
you can do what you want.
This is the throttle.
Yeah, but I mean, what was fun though, what I really enjoyed is we had a lot of our community came and joined us. So if you did come from the community, thank you so much for coming along and making trips. It's always lovely to see you in person. But what was really sweet and lovely is to watch you interact with people who hadn't played Elite as well.
Yeah.
So you were also like, we were around and we were chatting to people about the game, but obviously the passion you show for it and it's infectious, and the people were playing the game. And you were like, look, and now zoom out, especially the star map. I think that was the galaxy map. Sorry,
I love doing that.
That was the moment. There were so many people there. Were just like, what? I was like, well, this is the system you're in. Here's the system map, and now here's the galaxy map, and every dot is one of these systems. To scroll out and scroll out and scroll out, and the amount of people with just the jaws hitting the floor. It was really fun to do that. But again, so it was nice to be reminded there are people that haven't seen it, and just the love they had for it immediately were just like, this is insane.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, more of those, hopefully,
yes.
in the future.
Yeah, it's nice to be back on the road again.
Fantastic. I love how I put a little note here saying, speaking of Cy Brewer.
Yeah, we were joined with Cy Brewer. We haven't spoken with him yet, but speaking of Cy Brewer, now we've spoken to Cy Brewer, so we were joined by the wonderful Cy Brewer of Brewer Corp fame. He was there with us tonight. He was in a champion job.
A lot of you really enjoyed meeting him. He is obviously the head of Brewer Corp, as you're aware. But he dropped me a note earlier, and he did mention this at the event, that I thought would be cool to share this with the commanders. He's built a Coriolis. He built this years ago for Horizons, actually, and he's rebuilt it now for the office because it was falling apart. We've moved offices since, and he was like, right, let's spruce it up a little bit.
There it is.
Here it is in all of its glory, bless it. There it is.
That's a big boy as well. That is quite the size.
It's
Those
brilliant.
windows aren't small.
No.
So that's a fair old size Coriolis.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Yeah.
Cy is not only a master craftsman in
the game.
In the game, he's Orange Spark says, where's the pizza box version? That went when we moved offices. We did have a little bit nostalgia moment over that, actually. Unfortunately, that didn't make it to the new building.
Sally, are you saying we're going to have to eat a lot of pizza to make another one?
Oh, not again.
Sacrifices have to be made, and I'll step up to that plate. You know, not all heroes wear capes.
Not again. Just a little bit of nostalgia there.
Yeah. But thank you very much again to Simon, and also shout out to Tom from our tech team who came along, who was lovely, who was really involved. So if you are watching, Tom, much love from us to you. Thank you so much. And of course, the Influencer team for being on hand with all their guests and having a good time. Right. Shall we move on?
Dig into it, shall we?
We can. So a little update dropped. Update 15 is here. Do you want to go through some of the key features, despite the obvious?
Yes. So a lot of you, we would like to thank you for this feedback. We're very pleased with some of the quality of life updates that also went into update 15. It's also a nod to you that the team are listening. We do feedback. We do absolutely understand what's important to you, and where the team can focus that energy is very widely discussed. And it was so nice to see that echoed back in community.
Yeah.
So, you know, the changes to the fleet carrier UI. So now there's the way they stack.
Nicely, yeah.
Yeah. The relative mouse mode, which again, you know, apologies that I didn't make the update notes. It was a little Easter egg for you.
It was a fairly full-on update, to be fair to the team. So if we missed, there were bits that slipped through. We apologise, but hey, what happy slipped through? It was a nice one, right?
I'd rather it went that way than the other way.
Yeah.
And then there were the little issues like, you know, reactivation missions were sorted out so they weren't already powered up and so on. And the one I'd love to hear from the fuel rats actually, because I don't think I've heard from them, but we addressed the navlock issue that had been
a thorn in our side.
Yeah, and a very big one for the fuel rats. So I really hope that you know went down okay as well. And more, but there is a link to the update notes for update 15, which is !U15 if you haven't seen them already. But I imagine a lot of you have, because you're all over them. And from that,
today,
this morning,
they don't stop.
No, this very morning we released update 15.01. Following your feedback, and again, thank you so much for patience. You all communicate issues, thoughts, you know, back to us so well, and this is how these things happen. So 15.01 went out today. If you haven't seen it yet, the update notes for that are !U1501 1501, and we've addressed things like the caustic sink launcher can now be engineered. Scouts are not as upset. No,
a little bit happier.
They're not as beefed up, are they? They got a little bit feisty, a little bit spicy.
They were pretty aggressive.
A little bit spicy.
Armed to the teeth. They'd somehow done some sort of weird...
Well, they're probably just a bit grumpy.
They were quite happy on their own.
Still going the way that they were going.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep coughing. I do apologise.
You're fine. You've had a rough time, man. You'll be back with us. We didn't lose you. That's good.
No.
And propulsion elements have been added to the caustic generator loot as well. Yes,
so you don't have to...
No, that's right. You can get them from those instead of having to get the interceptors.
I say murder.
Scouts.
You know my feelings on Thargoids.
Scouts.
Let's not go that hole again. Right. Okay.
No. Good. So...
but if you do, we have got bot command for that as well, though, right? So if you do want to pop it in chat, it's !U1501. We'll get you the information on what dropped this morning. Thank you, Sally, for doing the notes again comprehensively.
No, it's good. We got it done. So good times. We'll keep an eye on everything, and we go ahead. Is it that time again for that excellent news that I love to hear? That news sound.
Boom! There it is. Do you want to go? Do you want me to go? How do you want to play this one? Full context, as always. Sally has been very diligent in her note making and filling out the conference page. I have read it 0 times, so I am prepared to take the brunt of this. So I'm quite happy to go. If you want to go.
Go on. Some of these are from last week.
Okay. Some of these are from last week.
But I mean, it has been a month. So.
This is about a recap of some of the more pertinent news pieces. Yeah. So the Thyroid pulse neutralizer has become available. Aegis, a new module will allow ships to penetrate the energy wave, protecting the central regions of the maelstroms. Deliveries of cobalt, ion distributors and power converters were made to Clement Orbital in the YZ SETI system. These allowed Aegis to build a manufacturing and distribution centre for Thyroid pulse neutralizers, which can now be purchased from technology brokers on rescue mega ships. And that was very quickly followed up the next day by an article titled Into the Maelstroms. Aegis confirmed that the first ships equipped with the Thyroid pulse neutralizers have entered the inner region. Look, we know they got through, right? They went in and they found a thing. Now you can find a thing, you can go in and do the thing. That's what the news said, basically, back then, before it happened. But now it's happened, so this is past tense.
It's doing well. It's doing better than I would, isn't it?
And then last one up for the news, I guess, which is actually really... was really nice to see players to find out about, which was ground troops encounter Thyroid drones. Reports from planetary settlements within Thyroid occupied systems have described alien drone vessels attacking on-foot personnel. Scores of populated systems in the vicinity of the maelstroms have been invaded by Thyroid fleets, causing horrific casualties and mass evacuations. But military personnel still risk their lives exploring settlements within those systems to search for survivors or scavenge for remaining materials. So have a look around, have a poke about. All is not the same as it was.
Later as well, haven't we?
Yes, we have. We have.
But yeah, we're glad. We love seeing that, and also we had Commander Exorcist did a little video on his.
Do you know what? There has been so much great content. I know we've got some highlights coming up in a little while, but there's been so much content come out from Update 15. We were obviously watching on the day. I mean, I was actually very, very sick on the day, but we were watching on the day, all the reactions of people going through, first time seeing what was inside, then people seeing stuff on the settlements, just reactions to it. Yeah. It's been really, really cool. And there was all the stuff that's come afterwards, like the videos, the still images. It's very, very cool. And people theory crafting and trying to work out and trying to establish
That's our favourite bit.
Yeah, what's actually going on inside and what might be happening. It's very, very interesting for us to keep an eye on and watch and for you guys to try and figure out. So it's very, very cool.
Speaking of you guys, that's the end of this news.
I mean, give him a chance, Sally. Give him a chance. Sally Morgan gives producer Adam exactly 3.3 milliseconds to hit the sting. If not, he's late.
Faster, guys. Faster.
He's a slave driver.
Faster.
Slave driver.
Work harder.
Right.
That's what it's like.
So it's like day to day. That's why I got sick. So just wouldn't let me stop. Just keep working. Anyways.
Speaking of you guys.
We're bang on time, Sally.
No, I'm trying enough.
Look at this. Bang on time. I'll ruin it now, we watch.
Good. Creative Commander highlights.
Here we go.
My chat's not moving, but I appreciate that.
I'll use my eyes to look at the.
Can you keep an eye on the chat, and I will go ahead with Commander.
Death Bunny says pour off work to the bone. Yeah, I was. That's what happens. That's what happens. They don't let me stop working ever.
Good. So let's start off, and we do this quite often, but it's addictive. The Buckyball Racing Club.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Back, which has just ended again. We keep missing you, don't we? But we ought to keep shouting you out even if these things have ended. Thyroid Structure Scramble 2. When I saw Alec at the Science Museum, Alec, you were a little bit like, Sally, is my event going to get... Can I still run my event? Don't worry there. But totally fine. But yeah, last week saw race 2 of the Swift 16 Championship, the Thyroid Structure Scramble, which luckily did not include jumping any SRVs over thyroid bases. But it did include, so you start Artemis Lodge in the Seleno system. You go to the crashed thyroid ship on HIP 17403 A4A to collect thyroid
Detroit
sensor.
Avenue. Sorry. Sorry. It's been alright, isn't it? A4A Detroit Avenue. She should probably carry on.
Visit to... I wanted to say Power to the People, but it's not that one.
It's not that one, no. It was Ice Ice Baby I was doing.
Okay, all right, okay. Visit any 2 thyroid structures. I'm going to start laughing. In 2 different systems. Scan the thyroid device at the centre of each one and also collect a single thyroid link from either one and then return to Artemis Lodge. So it's a bit like a off you go, get your thing, come back. Brilliant, again.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the winners. In Unlimited, we do have the leaderboards actually, I think, don't we? I think there may be, good luck trying to read it. Yeah.
Enhance. I don't know what we can do anymore. That's it. Even producer Adam's like this.
I love it. Producer Adam's like, hands up, can't do anything about that. You sent me this.
There's a lot of data. There's a lot of data here. Go to the website, have a look. There's some fast times there.
Exactly. Alec has this completely covered on the forums, by the way.
I also want to point out, just a little segue here.
Yeah.
People give Salvation a hard time. Right? They reckon it's Salvation's fault that Thyroid's got really upset.
Why are you bringing this up?
Well, hang on. Because you've got people like Alec driving around their bases, like leaving tyre tread marks everywhere. Maybe it's that. Maybe there's a decent night kip, and every now and again there's an SRV goes flying overhead, and they're just like, do you know what? Enough of this. We've asked you nice. We put a little board up and said, please no racing around. But no, Alec's out there with the buckyballers.
Salvation's dead, right? Why are you doing this? Like, I don't... Yes. Well, I mean...
Yes,
look,
who knows?
Who knows?
Good guy, Salvation.
Salvation olives, though. Anyway. Help. The
You are a robot. What was that noise?
The winners.
Yes. Sorry, Sally. I'm derailing your show. We are on track. Speaking of Alec Turner.
No, you see, you've just missed the winners out. The winners in Unlimited.
We're all winners, surely.
Help. Says that, anyway, Shay Blackwood is in first place in Unlimited. Try and pronounce Sker in second place, and Paula Brewski in third. And in regulation, that's Sker in first. I don't know if I'm saying that right. In first place, Epaphras in second, and Kevin the Stabber.
This is the greatest name ever. Kevin the Stabber.
Kevin the Stabber. Can't say I've seen Kevin around actually, so that is an interesting name.
I mean,
in third.
If they're bucketball races, right? Imagine that being in your driving license, you get pulled over. Name, please. Kevin the Stabber. I mean,
it's fine.
Yeah, sure he's okay.
About.
Good guy, Kevin.
But yeah, Alec is. I mean, speaking of Alec Turner.
Alec's voyage thread, Voyage of Discovery to the Heart of the Maelstrom. And we actually have this.
You've got your own exclamation mark.
Yeah, so exclamation mark Alec.
ALEC.
And it's a quote here. Do you want to read this quote out?
Yeah, it's Alec's quote.
So this is a quote from Alex. So this became a journey and not just a quick trip to the shops. When I sat down this morning and set up a dedicated ship to explore the Maelstroms and gather the materials I needed to get myself one of these new caustic sink launchers. I didn't take part in the Risen CG because I was busy driving SRV around another planet and probably a structure you shouldn't be driving around, Alec.
Classic Alec.
For this purpose, I decided to dust off my Alliance Chieftain, best ship in the game, Passion Aggressive, which is nice, which had been gathering dust at Jameson Memorial. So there we go.
All documented in the forums.
Yeah, have a little look-see.
Thank you, Alec, for everything that you do, because, I don't know, it's lovely.
It was nice because I had to. Someone crashed an SRV during the Science Museum event, and I was trying to uncrash it, and which is fine, but it was in VR, so I was trying to do it whilst
I saw
not.
You were like this.
Well, no, I was trying to do it whilst the person was in the VR headset and I was watching the monitor. So they were moving their head and I was trying to drive the SRV and Alec was stood behind me. If you want to know what pressure is, Sally, it's that. It's trying to drive an SRV whilst Alec Turner's watching you and somebody else is moving their headspace inside the SRV.
I did see you with it on, though, at one point.
Yeah, well, you know.
I was like, what are you doing?
Make sure it worked. Sally, the fun police, Morgan Moore. Right, next up.
Yes. So there's a big charity event on that we definitely should give a shout out to. Orange Phoenix, thank you so much for providing everything that was needed for this. It is Operation Warbox, the Thyroid War. A massive collaborative live stream event going on from the 19th of May from 10 UTC. Operation Warbox 3.0 is a go. 27 elite dangerous streamers, 4 days back-to-back elite with giveaways, raising funds and awareness for British thyroid. The charity event, as I say, starts on the 19th at 10 UTC with all the elite you can handle. There's also some prizes. I got sent over this amazing, I can see Beetlejuice in there. A lot of lovely...
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Paint jobs really cool. As well, Frontier paint jobs. So please do support if you can. There is a command !Thyroid War if you want to go ahead to the Tiltify page and keep an eye on social for this.
Please support as much as possible. Even if it's just sharing the event. Just sharing is as much support as anything else, right? Just spread the word.
Exactly.
Shall I bring this one up? Because I think we might have skipped over that one, or we...
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah,
That's right. Please share what you can with the Operation Warbucks, the Thyroid War. It'd be really great to see them raise a huge amount of money. It's a great cause. So we also had Lave Radio, had some very special guests on. You and I, Sally.
We did, on the evening.
On the evening of Update 15. Where we came on, celebrated the release of Update 15, what people were finding, and they tried to tease some stuff out of us. But we were pretty good, actually. We were.
I think we were a little bit... We were in a fog at the time, weren't we?
Yeah.
Topical. We were in, and you were very gentle with us.
Yeah, you were. Thank you. Thank you for being kind. And if you do want to have a listen, you can do. It's the episode is called "Help Us Sally Morgan Moore, Your Only Hope," and it's available now for download. https://laveradio.com/laveradio episode 440.
Yeah, and there has been another episode since because
they
they're always
stop.
active and awesome is Lave. So again, thank you for all that you do.
But you can find Lave Radio on Twitter as well, so it's @LaveRadio if you do want to have a little look-see. Because all the links and stuff will be on there, all the good stuff will be on the socials. So have a little look-see.
There's more. So much has happened.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a Elite Dangerous live stream without calling out the high wake, would it really? Love the latest one, which is Ship Recall. It's absolutely hilarious. I'll just read out the quote. Ever have the feeling that your ship's equipment is mocking you? You aren't alone. Here is the latest video from the high wake. Adam, take it away. Yeah, if you can't have a giggle.
Yeah, if you can't laugh, then you can't laugh at yourself. What can you do?
In addition to that, though, the other week there was another video actually called Elite Dangerous Expedition, and it was a lovely video in congratulations to the anniversary of the Galactic Exploration Catalogue, which we'd love to say a little bit about. It was going on another expedition in Elite Dangerous. You can be completely calm about your future. No matter how many explorers have done this before, you still have something to do. And the Galactic Exploration Catalogue was founded in May last year, so happy anniversary, to catalogue the wonders of the galaxy. Many of the locations are very beautiful. Anyone can make a catalogue entry by logging into the website, which we're showing you now. There's a small team of staff who check the entries for accuracy and adherence to the rules and style guides. Users are able to rate the entries and leave comments. It's so cool. Daily Twitter feed is Catalogue Galactic, all one word, and they can be browsed on the site. So that's !GEC if you want to head along to that. It's got a variety of search tools and lists and so on, as you can see. Sterling work, love it.
Nice
Anything like this blows us away.
Happy anniversary to those.
Happy anniversary.
Speaking of anniversaries.
Yeah! Happy 8-year anniversary to Commander 67, mistake not.
07 Commander, happy 8 years. Well done.
Always see you around, so
congratulations.
Happy 8th anniversary to you. We there's so many from day one, aren't there?
There's a lot of people that are playing Elite from day one.
So we mentioned a Beetlejuice a little bit earlier on, so I think I saw some of her artwork in the giveaways for the Thyroid War thing. But Jude's got a picture book.
Wow. I haven't seen this entry, so I'm excited for this.
I saw Jude post out a little bit of has anybody got any suggestions on how to make a book? A few weeks ago now. And I was thinking, oh, yes, please.
Do you know what, Jude? The humblest person with so much talent.
lovely.
Just such a sweet individual with so much talent.
Lovely.
So I'm really excited for this.
Yeah. So yeah, we do have a little video of it, don't we, Adam? I think. Here it is. The videos obviously won't do it justice here. You can go along and have a look yourself at !Beetlejude, I'm spelling it wrong, BEETLEJUDE, where you'll obviously be able to browse it at your own leisure. But look, puts everything in. Oh, I love it. I love the little captions as well.
Yes, it's really sweet. But the artwork is incredible. Jude very kindly did me a picture. It's actually on I don't know if I don't stream from home anymore, do we? But I have a little shelf of all my elite gubbins, and it's a lovely picture of Wizard, my rabbit who's no longer with us anymore, in front of a chieftain. It's one of my prized possessions, and it's lovely and sweet. And Jude lets me, and just out of sweetness and kindness of her own heart.
Yeah, so. I like the term elite Jobbins.
Gubbins.
Elite Jobbins.
All the gubbins I collect.
Gubbins, don't we? So amazing work, Jude.
Yes.
We can't praise your talent enough. You're wonderful. Yeah. And you've done an awful lot of charity as well.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All round good egg, Jude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Talking of things that are wonderful and beautiful.
Oh, you're good at that too.
What, being wonderful and beautiful? Thank you.
You see, we bounced from like.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll move on to stellar screenshots.
Yeah.
So, Sally, what are stellar screenshots for those that are new, and how do you enter?
Stellar screenshots are basically across Twitter and the forums. You can submit your favourite screenshots under the hashtag stellar screenshots, and once a week, Paul primarily will go through all of those entries and pick what he deems to be the best of the bunch, which is extremely difficult. Every single week we'll hear Paul go, I have just farmed 100 and something. I need to whittle this down.
Yeah.
Which is actually why we ended up with 2 lots of winners the other week, because we did, if you remember, we did an Update 15 spoilers one, which you should mention. This live stream is absolutely full of spoilers.
Yeah.
I'll let you know that an hour in.
Yeah.
So... So yeah, that's.
They know already, Sally. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Tell them everything. Not a whole lot.
Last week was the 2, and this week we're back to 1. Let's have a look at them.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. I haven't had a chance to look through these, so I'm excited to see this stuff. And we start a bit of Death and Destruction. It's Paul's favourite.
Top form.
Commander A.D. Chamberlain.
I went to.
It's a musical number. This show. This is really cool. Very cinematic shot. I like this shot. Adam, just for my old man eyes, can you chance to make that enhance it to full screen? Enhance. There we go. Look at that. It's really cool. This could be a shot straight out of a movie. I love this. I love the lighting here.
Fire. It's a fire.
Yes, and there is fire. Yeah, fire. Great shot. Nice, nicely done. Next up, we have Commander Brent K. Is that a Taipan fighter? I want to say it's a Taipan.
No.
Am I saying that right?
I don't think so. Is it? Is it?
It's a fighter, right?
I can't tell.
What fighter is that? I'm not very good with the fighters. This is the.
You're right. It is a Taipan.
It is.
My bad.
Type in. Someone's put type in.
Type in.
That is the. That is the centre of the maelstrom.
Yeah, when you get grumpy, yeah.
And you upset whatever's in the middle of the maelstrom. And it does this thing.
Yeah.
It's a great shot.
A sneeze.
A sneeze?
It's a sneeze.
It's a sneeze. It's a little sneeze.
That's what happens when I sneeze.
But it's a really cool shot. What I like about this is obviously you've got obviously the Titan in the background, you've got the effect going off, and then in the middle of the effect you've also got another Thargoid.
Yeah.
So it's like the concentric rings that are going. It's a really, really cool shot. It's a great shot.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow. I have not seen this.
No. It's good.
That's incredible. Yeah. What is this? Commander Ika. What am I looking at here?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either. It's an incredible effect.
Something is happening here. I can't work it out, but I do like it.
Yeah. It's good. Energy anomaly.
Yeah, this is really, really cool. Anomaly, yeah, this is really cool. I've not seen this before.
No, to be honest, I haven't. I've definitely not seen one firsthand.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's beautiful.
Very cool shot. Is that some Spiky Boys? Yeah, he's let Spiky Boys above. You can see the Spiky Boys. Yeah. Bruce would be proud.
Yeah.
Bruce, F in the chat. No, he's gone. Traitor. Joking. I'm not joking. I am. I'm not. Love him. I hate him. Can't stand him. No, he's okay. Let's go to the next picture.
Next picture. Oi, oi, oi.
This is cool. This is cool. Yeah. This is the same but different, but a different angle, right?
It makes me think it's on stage.
It is almost like a concert, right?
Yeah, it's at a concert.
If you turn that around and then that would be like a
just stepping out doing the last.
But the thing about these shots as well, which we're kind of seeing, is just it's so big, like it's so hard to get it all in shot and see it It's massive. These things are huge, huge. But it's a really cool shot. I like all the different kind of lighting and we've got going on here. So well done, Commander Gadnock. It's another great shot of the effect in full display. And there they are. This is really cool. So I'm guessing that has just launched from somewhere, looking at the background. And that is our favourite fidget spinner. Not so cute now, are they, chat? Everyone's like, oh yeah, look, a fidget spinner, and now they're getting murdered by them, and they're like, oh, they're not friendly, are they? No, they're not friendly.
No.
So there is the glaive. This probably was taken moments before death, I'd imagine, this picture. So
maybe so.
It's a really cool shot, though.
Yeah, I love all the use of colour.
Yeah, it's a really cool shot. Yeah, really, really cool shot.
Doom spinners, we've got.
Doom spinners. Doom spinners is better than fidget spinners. Yeah, I accept Doom spinner. I just remember on when we teased them and they were like, oh, it's like a little fidget spinner. Yeah. It's cute. And I was like, you wait and see.
Yeah, I think that's what makes them a bit uncomfortable for me, is that they're like little wasps.
They are.
They're horrible, like spiky
and they're effective. I think that's the thing, is they are very, very effective. It's obviously, we'll talk a little bit more of them later on, maybe. We'll have a chat about what people have experienced with them. This is a great shot, though. This shot feels super, super ominous. Like it's just sat watching and waiting for the opportune moment to go in and strike. So obviously that's there you go. We have another glaive that's just around the I guess the interior of the Titan space, right? Because there's the asteroids I can see in the background.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's orangey.
Really cool shot, Commander Pariah de Vallis. Really nice shot there. They do look mean, don't they?
Yeah, it's the spikes.
Yeah.
This is coming out.
Going in. I think this is going in, yeah. This is going in.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to ask chat to start naming what they're calling this area of the Titan. I've seen many different names for it. Some of them aren't suitable for work. But this is definitely going home. I will call this one Splat. There's something unearthly about the custard pot bird. That makes me feel that makes my skin crawl. Right.
I like custard.
I'm so sorry, chat.
Man. You've got your water. You're good.
Yeah,
You're
I
still
do apologise.
It's all good. Yeah. Good. So move on to the next one. Phoenix Blue.
Oh wow!
Here we go. Back down on the ground.
So this is at one of the abandoned settlements, and they're not alone.
No.
Not alone. So that would be the Revenant, right?
Revenant, yeah.
I get kind of a mix between Aliens and Terminator vibes with these things. Right. They kind of like it's this bioorganic thing that's sort of just searching around, doesn't really have any emotions, and if it finds you, like you want to be gone pretty quick.
Yeah.
And the cone always reminds me of the start of Aliens, when it sort of breaches the door and a thing comes in and sort of has a look around. But I really like these, and I like when you see them as a group on a settlement. It's so eerie.
And when the lighting changes as well.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done.
I remember when we looked at the first preview footage of this at a settlement, and we drove up in a. I say we. I think it might have actually one of our guests drove up in a Scorpion, and as you come over, it came over like a sort of lip, and it was just this really eerie green glow over like the settlement, but the glow was moving around as these things were moving, and I was like, oh, this is really sinister. But this shot is so creepy. Great shot.
Yeah.
And doing it right, full stealth, right? And that's a Maverick suit as well. So obviously, again, do some
panel
cutting.
Panel down.
Panel is cut. Panel is down. Oh, shout out to Ethan if you're watching.
Yeah.
Nice. We've got two more, I believe.
Good times.
This looks so cinematic.
Really quickly, I thought it was a pine cone when I first saw it. I was like, it's a giant space pine cone. But now, obviously, it's not. It's the custard.
No, please don't call it. Don't see what you started. Don't call it that.
It's not me, it was the birds.
Don't call it the custard pot.
I really like custard anyway.
I used
it's more of a wholesome, like...
This is a really great shot, though.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not good with my ship. Is that courier? I want to say it's courier. So Gutamaya, right? But I'm not good with Gutamaya.
It's definitely one of those ships, but I am, as you are, a little bit hazy on the eyes, and I fail
it's
to make
the
guesses
cutter,
anymore.
Imperial cutter. There we go.
But
I love this shot. It's like doing a. You can imagine it's like just shooting by. Very, very cinematic. I love this. It's a really cool shot. Nice work, Commander Simon Haynes.
I like how Adam's scrambling to make things bigger for us now, just to really try and help us out.
Enhance.
You put the contact lenses in, I don't know why.
All right. It's not my fault. You can get contacts too, you know.
I really should. Look. We've seen... There have been... I get really het up then about this. So many of these laser beam...
Yeah, these are the Titan sort of lasers going off, right?
These are the images for these coming through have been... So I went to your laptop to sort you out then. Yeah, they are... how do you pick out of these ones? Some of them are just like meshes of... just... the views. I
mean, that crate has just been hit by a missile by the look of things. Looks like it's been hit by a caustic missile. It's in a bad shape. I'd imagine that's Danger Town. But what a shot, though, right? And that could be straight out of a siphon. What the team have done, I know we've got the guests coming on, but what the team have achieved with this space is incredible. It's really, really cool. Also, what I like seeing, I was watching, I don't know who it was one of the streams on the first day, and they'd gone in as a wing, and they came in later, and the guns were all just firing off at a distance. If you see the amount of guns that are firing at a distance, it just looks phenomenal. These guns just tracking commander ships as they go around and missiles flying around. It's so cool. Great shot though, really cool shot.
So they're all just, it just gets harder and harder for Paul actually to choose.
That, I'll be honest, for me, that's probably, I don't know, that and the one with the Revenant.
Picking favourites?
Maybe.
They're all your favourite?
They're all my favourite,
okay,
But well done, Commander Wibbs 3667. Congratulations. And that
well done to all.
Stellar Screenshots.
For the Stellar Screenshots. Excellent. So, to wrap up the community section, we'll give something away.
Should we get something away? Which one are we giving away first? Are we doing the Stream Deck or are we doing the headset?
You pick. You're on.
We'll go with the Stream Deck. The Stream Deck XL.
Nice. Not just for streamers. This can actually be used for a whole bunch of things. I've got one of these and I don't stream.
You use it for your ship functions as well.
I don't stream, just sitting on stream. Yeah, exactly. And you can even open, like you can use it to open your programs and stuff on, not that I'm trying to sell it. I'm not trying to sell this. But
this isn't QVC, so no. it's fine. It's yeah. It comes with this box, which can also be used as a stand. And you can stand anything. You can put a cup on this. You can put it underneath and use a doorstop. It's quite heavy. There we go. It's a nice blue, royal blue.
Dusty.
It's a bit dusty.
You can win with a chance to win this. We're going to do something fun for it though. We've done these before, and it is a word scrambler. I really hope we have an image for it. So basically, if you can guess what this word is, put it in the chat, and we will randomly pick a winner. There are some T's and C's for this. So UK, EU, US and Canada residents only, excluding Russia, for delivery purposes. We do have a bot that will remind people of that. So, Adam.
Here we go. Decode the name.
Who is this? What is this?
We need that countdown music.
Ah! Oh God, that was very quick.
They weren't messing around.
That was really, really quick. That was so quick.
Lots of people got the Titan.
That's really quick. We'll give it a hot minute.
Yeah.
Do you know what? What we could do? No, it's fine.
I mean, there's a lot of people entering this.
There's a lot of people. That's getting very busy.
Still going.
Yeah. I'm really surprised at how quickly everybody got that. Although
it's our community. It's our community.
I'm not actually surprised at all.
I am not surprised. I mean, look at that.
Actually, not surprised.
I can't even read any other message that isn't the correct answer at the minute.
Desperately
They're so
trying
fast.
to make sure that we get this right into the random generation stuff.
The bot will do it for us, won't it?
We're good.
Yeah.
Should we pick a winner? When should we pick a winner?
I'm looking over at producer Adam.
No. We'll do, I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll go to the next we got to transition to our special guests who are going to join us, and then we'll pick a winner. We'll get one of our special guests to call out the winner.
Yeah,
shall we?
There we go.
That's a nice idea.
There we go. They're really happy about that, Sally.
Sorry. I'll just pass the book over to
We're going to do it in the medium of dance as well for you, chat.
Yeah, that's fine. But really, pardon?
No, sorry, I wasn't. That's just for me. Sorry. Moving on.
Suddenly our viewer count just went really, really high. So the transition, we've got something really exciting for you. I'm excited to show you are some of our streamer reactions. So these went down pretty well after update 14, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we've done another one, a little compilation to share of some of our favourite reactions. Enjoy, and we'll see you shortly.
For science. Oh, there's a shuriken. There's a glaive. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm about to die.
You guys! What the f is that? That's so cool! That's so cool! Oh, that's so cool! They're offline. And okay.
I'm going in with not enough weapons.
Oh! 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 Oh!
What,
Is it happening?
What?
Is the thing happening?
What is happening?
I think Cuppy made the thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
You make it angry, Cup.
By the sounds of it.
Yeah, Cuppy's.
I would like docking permission, please. I am a Thyroid. Look at me. Oh. Hold on, it powered on. Is that Thyroid incoming, or is that because of us? Hold on. Oh. Whoa! Whoa, 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 hello! What the hell? Whoops. I'll just get out of your way there. Don't mind me. Oh, he's angry. Oh yeah, he's mad.
There we go.
So good.
Yes. Thank you for letting us use your clips for this show. It's always great. There was loads of these as well. There was loads and loads of reactions.
So
it was really fun to see.
So many. It's so nice to see Roots. I was just saying one of my favourite ones was Down to Earth Astronomy, where it's like, I'm a thyroid, look at me. I'm just coming in. I'm coming into dock, everybody, it's fine. And the perfect timing on that, where it's like, whoa,
Yeah, it was knocking at the door when someone was coming out.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Good. Look who we got.
Ta-da!
Our special guest is Curtis and it's Robin.
Thank you very much for
Welcome
joining us
to-
again.
Thanks for having us again.
Yeah, housekeeping first though. You did pick a winner.
Yes.
And Curtis is going to announce.
Yep, so it's Steve Shaw. That's Steve_Shaw.
Congratulations, Steve.
You bagged
underscore
yourself
Shaw.
a lovely prize. But we still have one more prize to give away, which means Robin can pick the winner for that one when we get around to that competition.
Yeah, we'll
yes.
reach out probably on Twitch chat. We've got your username, so make sure that your DMs are open so that we can get in touch and let you know. Congratulations. So guys, welcome back. Curtis, your second show.
Yep.
Robin, you're just
Old hand
chill
now, mate,
aren't
yeah, old
you?
hand.
He's just like
When you turn on the stage, I fall out
here he is. Here he- you can
like an ironing board.
I do love how I could just go, Robin, actually, do you fancy this one? He's like, yeah, let's do it. It's so nice. So welcome, guys. Nice to have you both on.
Thank you.
Just for those who have not seen you on stream before, but I'm sure you all have, Robin, do you want to introduce who you are and what you do here at Frontier?
Yeah, so I'm Robin. I'm the senior audio designer of the project and the current lead of the project.
Yep, and I'm Curtis, and I'm one of the designers on Elite.
Nice. So we're gonna talk about update 15.
We're
now,
talking about
aren't
update
we,
15,
really? So-
how you got involved in it. I'm going to wing it because I haven't paid attention to any of the notes, so apologies in advance. Sally will give me a kick if I start going off piste.
No, you're fine. I mean, obviously, as well, for anybody who wanted to avoid spoilers now, I mean, it goes without saying a lot of you are going to know what's going to come up, but we are going to delve a little bit into the Titan.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want to hear, I'm not
Also,
saying-
can I just say how weird it feels to be able to say that out loud?
I even hesitated
finally.
at that
Yeah,
point.
like
I'm
even today, and I was like,
Ted-
oh, you know, it feels so weird to be able to say it. Like after so long of not being able to say it, and you're like,
yeah.
now we can say it.
Yeah, it was so hard. It's hard to say it. Like I was hesitating. Then I was like, I'm not meant to say this. This is so wrong. Yeah. So we are going to look into the Titan, and I even went Titan. So just we've got a little video introduction to it, actually, which is just a recap, really. Just have a look at him. No, maybe we might have.
If you want, I can do an interpretive
If we haven't, that's
version of
also
that video.
fine.
And we have just looked at some reactions that show the Titan, but I think we had some footage we had of the Titan. But if it's not here, we're going to fill for 2 seconds.
Apparently, we are filling for 2 seconds. How's you enjoying the weather, guys?
It's going to be 19 degrees and sunny on Saturday, actually.
Pretty sunny day.
Yeah.
Barbecue on Saturday, yeah.
Someone's asked what other words can't you say? Loads. There's loads of words I
Too
can't
many.
say.
Too many. Yeah.
You'd be surprised the strain and pressure that's under when all of us were on the stream.
Yeah.
But it's there. Okay, we're ready.
Good.
Little shot of the Titan.
That's wild.
There we go. So that was some footage of the Titan.
Yes.
Sorry if that was really
Yeah.
compressed. Not sure why it's come out that
Not
way, but
Not sure
but
why.
essentially, players went through after some time experience. I mean, you have to go way back from the update 14 when the Stargoids started appearing, and then heading into human space, and then arriving, and then there was 1, and then there was 2, and then suddenly there was 8, and then obviously they formed these maelstroms, which is really cool, and then obviously as of update 15, we got to the centre of the maelstroms, and they found these huge things, which we all know now to be Titans.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know what the starting question is.
For Curtis,
really.
Yeah, designing this whole thing. Like, obviously the commander's first experience of maelstroms, and the plan was to take them inside.
Yeah, so I mean that's obviously always a bit of a challenge when you know that you've got to release bits of an entire scene in parts. So like obviously, Stargoids is a bit standalone because obviously they're flying through space. There's not a lot
players can interact with. But obviously, once they landed and they got the Maelstrom, we had to make sure that everything we designed for the Maelstrom would complement what was coming next, but also not rely on it. So that's obviously like quite a challenge when it comes to design. So you've got stuff like when you're designing like the caustic generators that we've got in the outer cloud, they're all flying around. We've got to make sure that they don't rely on anything that's going to be inside the cloud, because obviously players don't have access to it yet. So there's a lot of challenges when you've still got stuff to come, but you've got to release something.
Yeah.
And it's making sure that what you release is still fun and engaging while you're continuing to build on it and give players more and more toys and experiences to have.
So it's building something now for something that's coming later, right? So it's foundational as well as experiential at the same time, which is very difficult.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine trying to even attempt to do that. But
you
did it.
Yeah, we did. We got there. Yeah. One of the things, for example, I've just mentioned the caustic generators, but we've obviously got a version of them that players have been bumping into in the centre as well. So obviously there's like a good opportunity to reuse stuff as well, which this sort of like development style gives us as well. So there are advantages to it.
And how was your, I mean, that was just some of the reactions, but I'm imagining you guys are watching some of the streams when people were going in. How did you feel watching players react to seeing the Titan for the first time? That's probably a question for both of you, to be honest.
I'll go first. Yeah, I loved it. I definitely got a lot of work done when the stream started. I definitely wasn't glued to the screen, but watching people like enjoy anything that you've worked on is always amazing, and it's always interesting to see how they react to it as well, because you know what you expect them to do and what you like, the things you want them to do and stuff, and then they'll do something completely different, like just ram themselves at the big hole that all the Thargoids are coming out of, and you're like, oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah. And what yourself, Robin?
Yeah, it's always pretty amazing. It's also really surreal as well, especially because we have that sort of hybrid working. So like sometimes you'll be working from home on this stuff, and to just see it from the thing that's been on my computer screen in my lounge to then you're seeing just other people playing it still gets me. It's still really surreal. Yeah. But I think my favorite thing was seeing a lot of the jaw drop moments that people had, and then also just the exclamations and profanities that people would just say as soon as they saw it. I think that was really really reassuring that we made the right decisions and we did the right approach, and that it paid off, because the audience felt, I think, what we intended.
And like the reason that it's great to have you both on is that not only have people had exceptionally good and exciting things to say about the Titan and getting to it and experiencing the gameplay around it, there's been a lot of shout out to audio as well, and it's so nice to see people who go, hey, the music's different at this bit, this music's different too, the
sound of it is
this music, and I love seeing that, because it just shows the attention to detail that the commanders have, and it's just such a complementary thing between design and audio, and that was a point that you raised. Curtis was like thinking about how the scene is set and like ensuring the passive behaviour is complemented with art, but also audio, so you're working together. So Robin, we have a few points for you to take us through as well, don't we? It blows my mind, so I'm going to let you go with it. But yeah, can you share a little bit of how the audio works with?
Yeah. Okay. So I think we can start with like one of the main difficulties with this as a feature was the scale and the intricacies of how much was going on. So early on, when we were talking about the music, for example, we were like, maybe there's no music, because you will be flying around, you'll have your ships, you'll have your guns, you'll have all of the other Thargoids flying around, you'll have thunder, you'll have lightning, you'll have the Titan itself. Is there room for music? That was one of my concerns of like basically wanting to avoid a cacophony, because it is so easy that just like everything gets built in isolation to draw your attention, and then by the time you're at full scale, you go, this is way too loud, I've been playing for like 10 minutes and I have a headache. And like we knew early on that there was no room for like an intricate melody. There was not going to be like this sort of musical theme of like, oh, this is this character, so to speak. There's no motif, so it had to be a lot more ambient, and also just in the background and sort of spur your imagination, I would say. So like, I know we have a couple of examples, so I think maybe we can start with one of those. So like maybe the I think it makes sense to do the idle.
We had a nod from the producer Adam. I think idle is coming. It's a bit slower than the 3.3 milliseconds, but
I don't know if you want to, how much you want to play.
Yeah, I was just, I'm just also reading everybody's responses. I was reading it too. It's like, it's eerie, it's creepy. Like, what were you going for with this? Where is this part of?
I think the main thing for me, what we tried to capture with this was, I was always obsessed with, and I still am to this day, I love the terminology that was used for the interceptor ages ago when it first arrived, which was unknown, and that always captured my imagination in various ways. So I think the thing that we really wanted was this sense of unknown, scale, and this amalgamation of being, alive and a structure, all these sorts of things, and that was where this sort of came from. So trying to work out what that would be, and we did the stream with Jim when we were talking about the music. That was talking about not talking about the Titan. That was really difficult because you were like, here's the Titan music, don't say Titan or you'll get in trouble. And you're just like, oh god, and this thing, and this music. So we were just, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I mentioned that we there was a lot of influence. So one of the things I did was I just sort of buried myself in various music, mostly film scores, and trying to work out how we can get to where we need to be with this, which has room for all of the action and all of the gameplay. It tells the story of unknown, but it's also just, it's really just supportive of the sound design. It makes room for everything. And there was references to just like other horror games. Like I think we referenced some like a little bit like Dead Space with some of the videos we looked at, and also work of like Weston and Thordson for like Split and Glass and Foxcatcher. And stuff like that, of just this linking it to like the metal as well, because metal has always been a really key part of the Thyroid soundscape, the scraping and stuff like that.
It's suitably eerie, but I also like, I think you mentioned scale, but you do get a sense just by the music of the size of the thing, which is really impressive. But it's I think everyone said, there was a comment said the first time I heard this, it sent a shiver down my spine, which is, I guess, probably the biggest compliment you can get, right? Yeah,
it is, exactly. And I think one of the things that we also didn't want was I really, really, really did not want, as much as I absolutely love the Interceptor combat music and all that, I didn't want everyone to arrive, hear that, and be like, I know exactly what's about to happen. I know who it's going to be, what it's going to be, essentially. I wanted to bring back that feeling of unknown, because I think it was really important. And then if you want to play the Titan Visible, that sort of links into the continuation.
Is that a little melodic undertone?
Yeah, there was meant to be like this feeling of like a combination of like beauty, awe, and fear. That was kind of the thing that I wanted, because to me the Thargoids, as horrific as they are and as violent as they are quite beautiful. They've got like this really floral element to them. They have this like symmetry. There is something aesthetically pleasing about them. So it was the kind of, I really wanted that, the quote from Alien of the, like, I admire their purity feeling of just going, that thing is huge, it's probably going to kill me, but there's something about it that is quite beautiful, like, you know, just that confusion all at once.
It reminds me of, have you seen Nope?
Yes, I have.
And Jean Jacket
Yeah.
is like the way at the end it presents itself to make it beautiful in order to get you to look at it so it can eat you.
Yeah.
And I often feel like that is like something that, like, it reminds me of Elite a little bit. It's like these Thyroids are, I believe, like, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And you want to look at them, and the way that even the Glaives is like, so they all move their own ways, and they're so
almost
interesting.
mesmerising, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Really,
like,
and you want to look. I always think that if there was never an alien invasion here, I would be one of the people that stand outside and go, "Can I touch you?" Like, yeah, I want to see it. Like, if you're going to vaporise
right, make a
me
note.
anyway.
Sally's not to be in the front lines during any alien invasions.
If you want to vaporise me anyway, I would rather you.
Let me touch you first.
Can I touch you first? But yeah, I think that is so good with the audio, because yes, that little melody is the beauty, but you work in that ominous horror as well.
Yeah, there was meant
So
to be a oh god moment when that happens and you go, oh dear,
Yeah.
what's about to happen sort of thing. And yeah, I guess I think it makes sense to also play the combat one, because I think the combat one was really interesting.
I love this one. Really like this one.
I've heard this one a lot.
Yeah.
I think I have to.
Can I say that? Yeah. Can I say that I get really strong Battlestar Galactica vibes out of this? Really strong vibe. I really like
I haven't
this.
seen Battlestar Galactica.
Have you not? This is well. Then you nailed it.
And yeah, I think leaning back to the original intent with not reusing Interceptor stuff and reworking that was to have a feeling of unpredictability, and also just like the time frames that you exist in this space and you play are undefined. There's not a clear, like, you'll be here for this many minutes, so therefore it's this long and it does this, and then you'll bounce. You could be there for as long as you survive, which, you know, knowing how good some of the players are could be, I don't even know, like, all the game.
It's interesting because there's also something else, and we won't say too much about it, but they could be there a long time.
Yeah.
They could be a long time. Yeah, there must be a real challenge designing a piece of music for an undefined amount of time.
It's really difficult. So I think the main way that we approached this was that, again, the sound design of everything going on still occupies the main space, like the sound of ships, the weapons, and all these things. But then this comes in, and one of the things I always loved was like the percussion, the ideas behind the percussion for, I think, like Mad Max Fury Road and also Dune, which have this really syncopated, unpredictable feeling to it. I think, like, kind of particularly Dune, which has this sort of like, you just don't really know what it's going to do, and it's just like that works really well for like long periods of play of just, you can't recognise the pattern, so therefore you don't know where the start point is, you don't know where the end point is, stuff like that. So it's really...
Just to clear something up, we're not watching a video. It's just audio.
Yeah, we just listen.
There's a few commanders here saying you're getting excited by something on the screen. I'm reading the chat. It is just audio, so we're just talking you through the audio right now.
We're just playing in the background.
Yeah. Nice. So there's another one, is there?
There is the Disturbed one. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
play that. We could play through that one as well.
This is spooky.
Yeah. When does this play? Like.
So this will play after you've either started to raise suspicion or you've sort of just left combat. And I remember the description that I sort of gave to our composer was like imagine you're like just this tiny little insect, but there's just this massive thing that could kill you and just crush you. and it's looking for you, but it doesn't know where you are, and it's just that feeling of just like you're just hid away in a corner looking at something that's looking for you, and it's just that I do hope that this doesn't find me.
Yeah.
When do you hear the music? Like, when does that come in? Like, how
Never,
do you
he's
feel?
got it muted.
Yeah, just mute it, just never hear it.
Like, the process of that, like, because
Well,
you must be working silently.
Yeah, it can depend on exactly like what sort of music and audio is required for it, but it tends to be after the sort of initial design is locked down. So when we know what it's going to be, when we know what it's going to play like, that's when we'll like go to audio and be like, okay, so we've got this, and then we'll like have a chat about like, you know, what our initial sort of ideas are, and then Robin will make it a lot better. Yeah, so like we normally get it, I'd say probably after like the prototyping phase, probably pretty soon after, and then obviously we get to play with it in that space, and then that
really
can sometimes
cool.
help inform like our design for things as well, because we'll hear something and we'll be like, oh, that sounds really like cool in these bits, and then we'll like tweak some like values that mean that you might stay in like certain scenarios for a bit longer, so that you get to experience it a bit more and
I
stuff
love
like that.
knowing just how closely it is knit together, and that's why it works so well, obviously, because you have that relationship of knowing that you have to work together and to get the full effect at the end. That's awesome. Good. So moving on, there's a little bit more audio, isn't there?
Yeah, I sent you my Confluence page of how
You
I
did?
worked out what we were going to do. And then I was like, we probably can't share this, but like we can talk about parts of it. Yeah, I don't think there's a huge amount to add, but one of the key things I think that sort of Curtis mentioned was just working out that flow of how it's going to play. What do we want? What do we want to achieve? So one of the things that I just did was looking at that and being like, right, this is what it's going to be. This is the size. This is what we're going to do. We need something new. How do we take this like ethereal idea of these feelings and realize it? So one of the things I did was I just made like this big dump of ideas, which was just like, it was just literally like a spider diagram or something, just like Titan, and then just all of the things that I wanted to achieve. So it was like you know, like beautiful, scary, unknown, and then there was one that was like instruments, and it was just like you know, there was electronics, scrapes, unpredictable, and just like all these things, and that was how you go through that enough, and then something
A glimpse
tangible,
into Robin's mind.
Yeah.
something tangible starts to form.
And speaking of all those things put into one, I did send across for you to listen to a video that we can talk over the top of, actually, Adam. It's from the Burrs, actually. We might not get all the way through it, but they sent a video with a revenant hunting. It's just the soundscape, essentially. There's no added anything. It's just everything going off all at once. Curtis, did you have any involvement in these?
So I helped with a bit of testing and a bit of balancing, but no, this is primarily the work of Tom and Hannah.
Oh, this is Tom and Hannah.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. So we'll probably go into this maybe on another stream later in the future. Boom. But I found this brilliant because it really does show off all those different elements that you were just talking about, even for the revenants, not necessarily just the... It's wild.
Yeah, I always love just like taking a moment to enjoy the atmosphere whenever I'm like playing or testing or building something.
Yeah. So how much did you how much did you look into this? Like, what were you looking for when you were testing for Tom?
So a lot of it was around the balance. Believe it or not, those lasers used to do more damage. So it's stuff like that, because first-person shooters are not my forte, but I have a fair bit of experience playing a lot of them. So I was seen as a good candidate for like the mid-level like player, to what we were aiming for. So it was a lot of balancing, and it was also testing how it felt with their sort of like their recall of you. So obviously, like if they spot you, you can run away from them, and they will forget you. So it was stuff like that. Like, did that feel good? Did it feel intuitive? All that sort of feedback, which then
really
Tom would take and improve upon it. And yeah, it was. I I stand next to him when we're working, so like
Oh,
it's really
so good.
getting to watch him like action on all the feedback and all the improvements that was made was really good and really fun.
Brilliant. Nice.
But I love just that, all of the sound effects there working together, just like not just of the noise of the revenants, but also just the doors closing and stuff like that. It's just, it all comes together and it's really eerie, scary, tense situation. It's incredible to see this happen, and also great camera work by the Birds as always.
Oh,
I'm
as
sure this is
always.
really steady hand.
Yeah. More than likely.
Yeah, so I think Jake created the vocalizations for them, and then Konstantin set up all the engines and the movements and stuff. We came up with the idea for the grenade, the propulsion thing together, just this concept of sort of like dry ice, this sort of like, you know, when you put dry ice on metal and it just screeches, this idea that it's just like some sort of reaction going on. But I remember just trying, I think Jake ended up using like a bow, like a violin bow, and he was just scraping it. He went out, he lives in like Brighton, and he just went out, so I'm going to buy a bow. I'm gonna find things to bow, and then like just doing stuff. And I remember as we were iterating on ideas, just hearing like this bit, this is it, like, and then like let's expand upon this, because like sometimes it's really hard because you don't, you know, sometimes you will have a really clear idea of what you want to achieve with creating something. And I think with the Glaive, like that was very much true. It'd be like, I want to do this. This idea popped into my head with this. It was like, I'm not sure. We need to find it, which is a difficult process. And so it's this, I think part of it was, I play a lot of games, I play a lot of shooters, and so it was like, if I was playing this is what I would expect to hear. This is also not what I would want to hear, so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And that's how we get to us.
It's all kicking off now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look.
It's a little fireworks display. It's all right. Just saying hello. A couple of people there saying that they didn't realise how big scouts were actually until they started seeing them dropping off reinforcements. Because scouts were seen as like the little nuisance, but actually quite a size. So they're not small.
And then put that next to a Titan, and then you're like, oh my.
Yeah, I mean, there was a picture. Someone sent a picture. It might have been on Twitter, and it was of I think it was a vet next to the Titan, and it literally you cannot see it.
Yeah.
You cannot see it. You're like,
Just keeps
because that little lot there's not an asteroid. That is actually my ship. Yeah. It's like, oh.
What we really need is that, you know, when you buy things on eBay and they have a banana, and you're like, this is it next to a banana.
scale.
You're like, oh, God, that's a Titan next to a banana. That's big.
I imagine Tom Cool would really want to put a banana in a leak.
Yeah,
for that
he
reason.
probably already
Don't
has.
give him
Or he's
ideas.
done it. He probably has already done it. He's probably already done
Blow
it.
people's minds.
Nice.
So another great video from the Birds there. Thank you very much for letting us use that.
thank you.
The Birds.
But
So-
yeah.
So, obviously, you worked on the Titan for quite some time. I mean, from my perspective, it must be quite rewarding to see the reactions players have had. But for us, you know, people have been waiting for something like this for quite a while. And I think the fact that most people had their expectations not only just met but exceeded is quite an achievement with regards to this particular subject. So I think that must be really nice to see players react that way to something. There's quite a bit of pressure on that as well, right? Let's not over-egg what it was. We were all very nervous about it, but I think, congratulations to you guys. I think you absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah, it obviously, like as I said, it's great to see the work, but yeah, this update has been in the works in some way, shape, or form for quite a while. It's actually, the Titan was one of the first big things I got put on quite a while ago. So obviously, there's all
No
this.
pun intended.
yeah. There's all this like build up to it, and like obviously it's really exciting. You get to work with all these amazing people and see it grow and turn from like the sort of like the initial testing, which is all sort of like hacked together and doesn't look anything like the final product. But there is always that sort of like oh, we've put so much time into this. I really, really hope they like it, and to sort of have that sort of like confirmed on the day is great.
And not to give anything away, because you kind of alluded to it earlier on, because you said that obviously we're building stuff that people can get involved with now, but it's also for some other stuff that will come later on. What are you enjoying most about watching people around the Titan doing at the minute? Because I like watching the science that players do, which normally involves ramming into things.
Science.
Science.
For science.
Yeah.
Full speed for science. But what have you seen? Are they players getting close to making any discoveries, or are they on the right track, do you think, or what have you seen?
So I've seen some people that are poking in areas that we expected them to poke into, and that we we want them to be poking into, and that might turn into something later. And then I've also seen players poking at stuff that we didn't expect. And it's very interesting. That one's the one that's always the more interesting. Like, you have a very good idea of what players are going to do that you want them to do and what you don't want them to do, but then there's always that section of the player base that's like the wild card. And I think they're always the most fun to watch because they always come up with like crazy ideas and crazy theories of, oh, what if I do this with this and then go full speed ahead, it'll work, right? And then it doesn't, but it's always interesting to see.
I'm waiting for someone to somehow yeet a SRV from a planet into the mountain. It's going to happen.
It'll happen.
It's going to happen.
Someone will figure it out, I'm sure.
It's going to be Alec.
Yeah, and they'll be driving around it, and it'll be the buckyball around the Titan race.
It will be. That will be the next thing. It's true.
I mean, well, that's nice. I mean, I'm not going to go into too much on this. I mean, when people saw the Titan, I saw a lot of comments, and they were like, "See, it's definitely the same structure as what's on the ground." Now, I've done some rough calculation in my head, and it's a little bit bigger than what's on the ground, isn't it?
Yeah. So I did ask Simon before coming on just to check. Apparently, it is 3 times the size of the ground one that people think is related.
So make of that what you will, but it definitely isn't the same thing.
No.
So that's interesting. But it's nice to see players make the bit. What's great is to see the familiarity in design, like you said before, that they are strangely, eerily beautiful. They have this flower type design. They share a design aesthetic, a sound aesthetic as well between them all. I'm really enjoying the theory craft around what players think are going to come next. I can tell you this much: on the next stream in 4 weeks, we will have a little sneak peek about what's coming in update 16, because we're going to start showing you ahead of time some of the stuff in the updates. Not all of it, Marriott's like we did for update 15. We do want to keep a lot of this stuff to be discovered by you. I think that is the unique aspect of Elite Dangerous, is the fact that you guys create such an intricate galaxy and chain of events, be it via audio, mechanical, whatever wise. Half the fun is watching the players solve it. So we'll give you a little sneak peek about what's coming update 16. Might give you a release date. So that'll be fun. I know somewhere in the ether, Gautier and Piers are shut up now, Arthur, shut up.
I think I just had a scream.
It's like it's
I'm only getting it so you can sample for the next Starkle screen. So you won't just have them screaming at me. But we'll have something to show you on the next stream. I know where this is going, obviously, and it's very, very exciting. How is it for you guys to see the journey from this point forward? It's exciting, right, to know what's coming and then have this level of excitement from our players.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think it's in some ways it's quite daunting as well. I mean, I was like somewhat nervous, on the day that 15 went up about like, we've made I've made loads of choices. I hope that these were the right choices to make. And like that was a massive moment for me. Actually, I was watching some of the streams and I saw some reactions to the blue, and that was a huge moment for me. I got kind of emotional as well because I was just like, it was a really good sign the way people reacted. And I was like, right, we're doing the right things, we're on the right track, and the decisions that we've made are the right ones. So like that makes me really excited as well, that we can just keep on that, on that path.
Was that the same for yourself, Curtis, when you saw people going in? And because it's a fairly big deal.
It is, yeah, and obviously I spent quite a lot of time working on it. It was like my main focus for a lot of the updates that I've worked on. I think the thing that I found a bit surreal is obviously not only are we working on it and then the players get it, but when the players get it, we're already working on something else and we already know what's coming. So it's a really weird sensation to watch someone play through something that you've been essentially playing through for like ages.
Yeah.
It's always a good feeling when it lands right.
Excuse me. It's one of the things that we try to do because generally, and I've said this to you both, and I'm sure I'm speaking for the audience when I say it's like, for us, you're the rock stars because you make the game that we love. So us getting a chance to speak to you and see the work you do is actually really, it's a privilege for us. But I always worry because I think you guys work so closely, and you're like here to this thing. And you don't see what you've built, and we can see it, and we're like, this is incredible. And you're like, well, it's just, it's just a thing I made. And we're like, no, you've made this really amazing thing. You're like, well, yeah.
That is always difficult because when you working on something, I think you kind of get tunnel vision to a degree, and you put your blinkers on to focus just on that as well. But I think one of the main things for me as well is that this is not just a this isn't just the Titan to me. This is like a continuation of the whole legacy of the Thyroid stuff that we've, not I say we, but everybody who's worked at Frontier, since the original Interceptor sort of came out back in the day. Like, it's important to me that we sort of we maintain that quality and that vision, and it's all that. It's the building of that to me. It's not just this. And it's not just that; it's these things together in continuing that like big arc.
Yeah, and it's not a. What I love about everything you guys do is it's not just a. Oh, here's the thing. Go move on. Everything's in stages, and it's so carefully deployed. Like it was the Stargoid, the Maelstrom, the Titan, and then whatever comes next, and what comes next. And it's like it's not cheapened. It's like there's stuff here. Like but it's being deployed at the right pace to allow people to experience it. To the lore behind it and everything else, to allow players to enjoy each moment, right? Like to go through it and have and do a bit of investigating for themselves. We had a great time, I think, watching the streams. It's true, and it's not. There's 3 prongs to it as well. I think really like there's, as you said, there's the pre-planning, the doing, the executing, the releasing. Then you're moving on to something else, but at the same time, you're then taking feedback. And then you're rebalancing where you can, and you're it doesn't stop at what you just did. You're still moving on to the next bit. You're also paying attention to the commanders out there that are having these experiences, and then you're still going in there and tweaking them. Yeah. Which is something actually I wanted to speak a little bit more to Curtis about, and that was that you were focused on that balancing. So pre and potentially now you're even still looking and monitoring that.
Yeah. We always we love seeing the player feedback. It's great. I mean, there's like you can't have a better like test sample than your players because A, there's so many of them, and B, they're the ones you're aiming the game at. So and they'll do everything. And they'll do literally everything. So yeah, it's great getting their feedback. And it's always really good sort of understanding where their feedback is coming from so that you can make the best changes, because it's very easy to sort of receive some feedback that says that something's like maybe it's too tough or it's too weak, and then you'll look at it and go, that doesn't feel right, but then you'll realize, oh, okay, it's because of this other underlying problem. And then when you sort of understand where like the issue is and where their concerns are coming from, you can then make the best like action to solve the issue, to give them the best experience. And you do that, obviously you do it internally before it goes. So you're like you said you were doing with the ground combat, you're helping Tom essentially balance that. But then who does it for you? Like, do you do it or do you Well, so for example, if we take the Glaive, because it's a similar sort of situation, I obviously did a lot of the initial balancing, but then I've spent a lot of time with it at that point, so it's kind of hard to judge whether where it is at compared to me playing it is good, because we play this so much when we're developing it that we know all of what it does. Yeah. So, for example, like when I helped Tom by doing some of the skimmer stuff, he would come and help me with the Glaive stuff. Nice. Which is also a great one because, as Tom would admit himself, he's definitely much more the explorer and the miner and stuff. So it's great to have that sort of perspective where you can throw it at someone like Tom and he'll go, yeah, that's a bit difficult, and I'll go, okay, yeah, good point. Yeah, maybe I tuned this a little too high, and then we can bring it back down, and then we can go around again at me, and then obviously we get loads of feedback from QA, and there's a wide range of skill in QA, which is exactly what you want because it gives you all the perspectives of this is too difficult, no, this is too easy, and then you can find that middle ground where it'll fit for the most players and hopefully be a challenge for everyone, but not like oppressive. Yeah.
Cool. And then you also added a little note, old solutions for new problems. What is that?
Yeah, so for example, obviously the caustic generators have been in the game for a while now. They came with update 14 in the Outer Cloud, and we knew that we wanted them for multiple reasons, for gameplay, for narrative, because they were cool. But when we were first doing the prototypes, we were like, okay, so like this is like the density that we want. This is what we feel is good for like where we've balanced how sensitive they are to your ship and stuff. And then we're like, okay, this is cool. Okay, so now let's populate the cloud with them. And then we did that, and then we turned the game on, and it crashed because there was like a couple of thousand of them, and the game was like, no, too many. Stop. So what we did is we looked at all of our like tech in the game and like what would be a good system that we've already done that could solve this for us. And we're actually reusing a system, the modified version, but basically how we generate asteroids.
I was going to say,
Amazing, yeah.
And now it's instead generating the caustic generators, which means that they're much more performative and they don't crash the build when it tries to spawn a load of them.
That's really...
Yes, no, yeah. It was the first time I did it. I was like, oh, why is the game a slideshow? And then it just died. I was like, oh, oops.
Because 8 billion caustic generators are floating around this maelstrom. You mentioned the glaive really quickly. I'm just going to go back to the glaive. Are you happy to see your child out there doing what it was designed to do?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it was very fun to work on it all the way through. The original design actually comes from Darren.
F in the chat for Darren.
He's still alive.
He's still alive. He's still alive.
Yeah,
He's dead to us, but he's still alive.
Physically.
Lying to you.
Yeah, so the original design comes from Darren, so obviously you get past someone's work and you want to make sure that you stick to the original sort of like the core of the idea, like the soul of it, but I was given quite a lot of freedom with like how it played and even like what its sort of abilities were. So getting to see all of those decisions come out and you know, people's reactions to it have been, some of them have been a bit decisive, but like it's great because it's doing pretty much what we wanted it to do. It's telling the story that we want, and I think people are really liking the change up in the way it flies when you compare it to like an interceptor or a scout or something.
Yeah, and it comes from cool music as well.
It does come with some new music.
It does come with some new music, which players are hearing a lot of.
Yeah.
Just before the rebuy screen. They hear a bit of this music and then it's rebuy.
The siren song.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed, actually. There was somebody who commented specifically on it, on the Glaive music on Twitter, like not too long before the stream.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Yeah, that was really cool. That was really exciting.
Like, yeah, it was nice to see that. I was like, oh, actually, Robin's coming on to talk about that anyway. Amazing.
Yeah.
Good.
I think, unless have we got any more points to go through?
No, that was that.
We will probably drag you both back on at some point in the future if you're willing.
I don't.
Maybe
you're
if you're
not
unwilling.
Need to drag me. I'll be here.
Yeah. We'll just open the Robin.
I'm already mic'd up. Hey guys.
Like I said, we're going to have we have a stream on. Is it the 15th? Saturday. Is it the 15th or the 18th?
Right.
It's the 15th. I want to say it's 15th.
All the way back to the top.
15th of June. So we're going to have a stream on the 15th of June. It'll be a bumper stream again. We'll have lots of stuff. We'll have some more giveaways as well. Oh, we've still got the other giveaway.
Absolutely, yeah.
You didn't get away that easy, Robin.
No.
We'll come to that next giveaway in a second. Actually, no, we should do it now because I can do the recap and then there'll be time
Good
for...
idea. Win yourself an invisible headset.
I don't know if you can see this, but it's got camouflage. I actually am holding something. Here.
That's why it's highlighted yellow, because you can't actually see what that bit is, but it's a headset.
Yeah. It's got loads of cool stuff on it. It's got the Tachyon technologies. It's got loads of stuff. It's got the little hexagonal graphics on it. It's got to be good.
Yeah. So, to win this, just the same as the last one, we have a scrambled word for you, and I have a feeling you're going to get it straight away anyway, because you got the other one straight away. If you want to type that in the chat, we will get those, as many as we can, in the next little bit.
Straight away.
Yeah,
I mean, that took about...
I'm terrible at this.
Do you know what? I was rubbish. I was like...
And I had to put the answer.
I read tavern. And then there was...
Are you saying we should go for a beer? Is that what you're saying, Robin? Because I'm all over that one.
Yeah, UK, EU, US and Canada residents only, and unfortunately not for Russia due to shipping restrictions. So we'll have a little run through of that. I'm just
There's lots in
trying
there.
to
So
get this
while
sorted
Sally's
out.
doing it, I'm just going to
Yeah.
recap some of the stuff that we talked about today. So obviously we'll be back on the 15th of June. We'll obviously have Twitch drops enabled for that one. Is it the same Twitch drops, Sally, or is it a new one?
We got new seasonals.
So for next one.
Yeah.
Oh, so there'll be new skins for the next.
No repeats.
No repeats. So that'd be great for the next stream. We'll have some more guests on. We'll have a sneak peek at update 16, which will be coming to you Elite Dangerous, which will continue on some of the foundation work you guys are very lovingly crafted and popped in for 15. We had a look through some of the Gannett news. Obviously, we had the talk of the Maelstrom, the pulse wave generator, neutralizer being able to get through it. Players finding the Titans and they're exploring around it. We had a look at some of the buckle races that's been and gone. We shout out actually some stuff coming in. We have some stuff coming in from our wonderful friends at HCS voice packs. Actually, they're releasing some new voice packs for Elite Dangerous. Not one, but two.
Yes.
And I do have the names somewhere, which will be
We've
on
got
here. Nova, which is Gates McFadden. Gates McFadden. Why can't I say that? Gates McFadden. Gates McFadden. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan from Star Trek. You may know her from. And then what was the other one? And the Callisto by Anna Dimitriou. So please go and check out our wonderful friends at HCS voice packs. They've done loads of great work for us in the past. They've got a great selection of voices in there. The one you want though is obviously Bill Shatner, but that's just me, just being a bit of a fanboy.
Yeah.
So HCS voice packs are on sale. We had a look at the two updates that have gone live. So we had update 15 is out in a while now, but then obviously this morning we had update 15.01, which had a few fixes in there, and we'll continue to monitor feedback on all the stuff that the players are sending in. We had a look at some amazing set of screenshots, a great new video from the High Wake, and we've had the incredibly talented, incredibly humble Robin and Curtis on today to talk through some of the sound design and some of the gameplay design around the Titan and the scenarios and all the stuff that goes into that. I think it covers most of the stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
We need to pick a winner.
We do random. I was sorry that I was slightly distant then trying to sort out the random name.
That's fine.
picking.
I was doing my best. Would you say I do best at filling air?
You did absolutely brilliant. As always, you can always depend on you to fill air.
But not hair. We're not hair.
No, I'll do that for you.
Thank you.
Robin, would you like to announce the winner now that it's come through?
It is me. How weird.
No. Absolutely not.
Wow, well done, Robin.
Absolutely not.
Sawballs, I would say that's how that's pronounced. Or Soble.
Oh, nice. Soble.
Stop showing off, Robin, all right? We don't.
Sorbles. Sawballs, congratulations. We will get in contact with you via Twitch DM. So if you leave your DM open, we can send you a message, more than likely tomorrow, actually. So congratulations, you've won yourself a headset.
Nice work.
Get it through the letterbox and be like, I've been delivered nothing.
There's
There's
absolutely
none
nothing.
here. I don't know how you're going to plug it into your PC. I have no idea how that's going to work.
Isn't it?
But before we go anyway, can we have some 07s in the chat, please, for our two wonderful guests?
Yes.
Thank you very much for spending time to stay with us late and coming back and getting us all the information that bug you whilst you're at work. Really excited to see what comes next, although we kind of know what's coming, but excited for everyone else to see it. Thank you so much, as always, for coming on. You generally are the humblest, nicest people. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Always welcome. Sally, over to you, unless if you want to close us out.
Oh, no, yeah.
You don't want to close us. We're staying. We're not leaving. We're staying forever. We can never leave because Sally won't close out the show. So
No, I want to stay here all the time with you all. Isn't that lovely?
It is. I'd like a biscuit, though. I'm hungry.
A biscuit?
I'm hungry.
Okay, we'll go. It's fine. As Arthur's already said, thank you for joining us. We can't wait to see you on the next stream. It's going to be exciting, especially with the fact that Arthur's told you all that we're going to be talking about.
I did check. I did check first. I did ask. I asked them. I said I'm going to say it.
It's warm in here, that's for sure.
Look, we are going to show a little something of update 16.
And thank you all again for your thoughts, feedback, all of the happy love that I've been sharing with you guys in the main channel. Like, they always pass through. So thank you so much. We're glad you're having a brilliant time.
Thank you to the mods,
Yeah,
as always,
thank you, mods.
for being there and being strong. And thank you to the silent companion, Adam, the producer Adam,
You
in the background.
hear him laughing.
Sometimes hear him laughing. Not so much today. He's been a bit miserable today. I don't think he's had a chance to tell people enough of where he's going on holiday. I think we should spend 10 minutes afterwards just talking about it.
Do you know what I'd like to see before we go out? If it's easy for Adam, can we go out on the reactions video again?
Yes.
Because it'll let you guys can watch it again. So it's cool. So yeah, again, thank you so much for joining us.
And sticking up. We'll raid someone afterwards as well. So,
yeah, Big 07. See you in the black.
Bye bye.
For science. Oh, there's a shuriken. There's a glaive. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm about to die.
You guys! What the is that? That's so cool! That's so cool! Oh, that's so cool! Are offline. And okay.
I'm going in with not enough weapons.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Is it happening? Is the thing happening?
What is happening?
I think Cuppy made the thing happen.
Did you make it angry, Cup?
By the sounds of it.
Yeah, Cuppy's.
I would like docking permission, please. I am a Thyroid. Look at me. Oh. Hold on, it powered on. Is there a Thyroid incoming, or is that because of us? Hold on. Oh. Whoa! Whoa, 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 hello! What the hell? Whoops. I'll just get out of your way there. Don't mind me. Oh, he's angry. Oh yeah, he's mad.